Jojo Siwa has been through more reinventions in the last few years than most artists go through in a lifetime. 1 month she's licking lightsabers at Pride, the next she's dressed up like a gothic alien, and now she's suddenly serving casserole core with pearls and red lipstick. It feels like every time a new trend takes over TikTok, Jojo scrambles to become the face of it. When the spotlight was on queer stories, she was everywhere with rainbow flags and girlfriend content. When edgy pop star aesthetics were hot, she went dark and dramatic, calling herself the pioneer of gay pop. Now that tradwives like Nara Smith are dominating headlines, Jojo's pivoted again, complete with a boyfriend, pregnancy rumors, and a brand new image that looks more like a 1950s dinner party than a pop star. The problem isn't that she's changing, it's that nothing feels authentic anymore. Every version of Jojo looks like it was assembled in a boardroom for clicks, not lived in. And the internet's finally had enough.
Jojo Siwa is seemingly shaded by singer Kim Carnes. After Jojo Siwa released a cover of her 1981 hit, Betty Davis' Eyes, the Grammy winner seemingly expressed her distaste for the rendition in a cryptic message. In a July 9th TikTok, which has since been deleted, Kim shared a clip of her music video for Betty Davis' Eyes, in which she wears a black pantsuit with matching sunglasses while she performs in an empty warehouse room. And alongside the throwback video, the 79-year-old included a message about what constitutes a quality singing performance. Kim wrote in the comments, "There is a difference between singing a song and embodying it. I've always believed authenticity is what makes music timeless." She added, "I'm forever grateful to be the voice behind this one, Betty Davis' Eyes." And while Kim hasn't publicly addressed whether she intended to diss Jojo, her comments arrived just 2 days after the Dance Moms alum shared a teaser clip of her singing Betty Davis' Eyes, which quickly went viral. In the video posted to TikTok July 7, Jojo evoked the movie legend by rocking a short curly bob while singing.
Jojo's whole brand has always been about staying in the spotlight, no matter what it takes. She started out as Nickelodeon's Glitterbow Kid, the high ponytail, the rainbows, the squeaky clean empire that made her millions in merch. From YouTube to giant bows at Target, she built a family-friendly kingdom that catered to kids barely out of kindergarten. But you can't stay in pigtails forever, and Jojo knew it. So when headlines were filled with queer representation and pride celebrations, she leaned hard into that moment. She came out, she plastered rainbows across her music videos, and she built a new identity as one of the loudest, proudest young voices in the LGBTQ space. For a while it worked. She was embraced as a symbol of empowerment and visibility. But as soon as the Pride headlines cooled off, so did the excitement around her. Jojo was stuck, her whole identity tied to whatever was trending in that moment. That's when she decided to pull on the classic child star move, ditch the bows and pastel glitter, and rebrand as edgy. The gothic alien era was born. Suddenly, Jojo was posting parental advisory warnings, dressing in black leather with heavy makeup, and licking lightsabers on stage at Pride. She even went on record saying she had invented a whole new genre of music called gay pop, like Lady Gaga, Elton John, and Freddie Mercury hadn't already done that decades before. The problem wasn't that she wanted to grow up, it was that the whole thing felt like cosplay of rebellion. It was too forced, too much of a performance. Instead of watching a natural evolution, people felt like they were watching a marketing stunt, and the internet ate her alive for it. Then came the music meltdown. Jojo tried to cement her new image with a cover of the iconic Kim Carnes track Betty Davis' Eyes, and it was brutal. She drowned the song in filters and autotune until it sounded like a haunted Furby choking on a vape pen. The internet roasted her instantly, comments calling it an anti-smoking PSA, memes comparing her vocals to a dying smoke alarm. Even Kim Carnes herself weighed in, posting a subtle but cutting clapback. There's a difference between singing a song and embodying it. Authenticity is what makes music timeless. Translation: please stop butchering my song. The response to Jojo's music was unforgiving. Her own fans piled on, with the top comment under her teaser saying, "You have a hidden talent. keep it hidden. And that wasn't a hater. That was her audience. It showed how far things had slipped. Jojo wanted her bangers era moment, but what she got instead was a running internet joke. Her music isn't groundbreaking. It isn't even bad in an interesting way. It's aggressively average, kids bop with trauma layered on top.
It's been straight up like probably some of the darkest times mentally that I've had in my adult life.
Kath Ebbs has opened up about their recent split from Jojo Siwa, breaking their silence on the controversial Celebrity Big Brother moments in the lead up to the breakup. Kath and Jojo first went public with their relationship back in January, shortly before Jojo joined the cast of Celebrity Big Brother UK. During her time on the show, Jojo opened up about exploring her gender identity and sexuality, while also forming a notably close connection with fellow housemate Chris Hughes, a dynamic that quickly drew attention and speculation from fans. Kath revealed that they had been dumped at the Big Brother rap party on a since-deleted TikTok video. But this is the first time since then that Kath has spoken out about the drama and the dark times that have followed. In an interview with Betches, Kath firstly cleared up that they only took the TikTok video down at Jojo's request. Kath explained, "She promised me if I deleted the TikTok video, she would no longer talk about me. And she didn't hold up that promise." Speaking on their podcast, Conversations with Kath, they shared that Jojo's time in the Big Brother house brought up a lot of anxiety, and the pair had discussed relationship boundaries before Jojo left.
We had a really what I thought it was a really good grounding of trust. We were monogamous on record while she was in the house.
Kath then went on to reveal their reaction after watching a clip where Jojo crawls into Chris's bed in the middle of the night.
And I had the world's biggest meltdown. One thing about me is I'm really progressive. I have intimate friendships, I peck friends. That's why I was why is this triggering me so much? I was something is up.
Kath admitted that it was at this moment they felt their boundaries had been crossed, and Jojo was interacting with Chris in a way she had never done before. Speaking to Betches, Kath said the aftermath of the Big Brother situation has led to them feeling the most depressed they've been in 6 years. For real. As the dust settles, Kath's story is resonating with fans who relate to navigating breakups, queer identity, and online scrutiny.
Kath posted a video basically alluding to Chris and I are the reasons that we broke up. That's not the case. That is not the truth.
Jojo Siwa has spilled all on her split with partner Kath Ebbs and addressed the rumors that things ended due to her relationship with fellow Celebrity Big Brother housemate Chris Hughes.
Obviously, a lot of people think that Chris has something to do with it. Chris does not have absolutely anything to do with it. Chris and I are friends.
And just when everyone thought Jojo had exhausted her bag of reinventions, she popped back up in pearls, bright red lipstick, and a vintage bob that looked ripped straight out of a 1950s cookbook. One clip of her covering Bette Davis' eyes was all it took for the internet to brand her Jojo Siwa Tradwife edition. People weren't just surprised by the look, they were confused, horrified, and of course, quick with the memes. Tradwife, for those who don't live on TikTok, is short for traditional wife. Women who lean into old school gender roles, homemaking, and domesticity as an aesthetic, if not a lifestyle. And suddenly, Jojo, the former bow-wearing Nickelodeon kid who once built her brand on rainbow flags and pride tours, looked like she was auditioning for Oklahoma while holding a casserole dish. The comments were brutal. Why is she dressed like she's going to a 1950s dinner party audition? One asked. Another said, flat out, if heartbreak had a portrait, it'd be this. Someone else chimed in, are you calling this genre straight pop now? And my personal favourite, Jesus Christ, who on her team keeps wanting to humiliate her? The irony is, some fans did like the look. A handful praised the old Hollywood glam vibes and said the pearls and lipstick suited her. But the overwhelming reaction was mockery. People weren't buying it as a creative pivot. They saw it as another desperate rebrand. This time latching onto the rising popularity of tradwife influencers like Nara Smith. The internet practically wrote the headline for her. Jojo Siwa, from queer pop star to casserole core tradwife. To make things even messier, she went on stage and changed the lyrics of Bette Davis' eyes to Chris Hughes' eyes, naming her new boyfriend while he sat in the audience. That one switch had the crowd buzzing. Not only did it make the performance even more cringe, but it also fueled those pregnancy rumors that had already started swirling after a TikTok game of 2 truths and a lie. One of her truths was that she was pregnant. Combine that with a clip of her boyfriend's hand brushing her stomach on Big Brother, and the internet went full detective mode. Reddit threads broke it down like it was the Zapruder film. "His hand was in the ovary zone," one comment said. "He touched the womb portal," another joked. Before long, people were claiming baby Siwa confirmed, all off a half-second clip and 0 evidence. Jojo eventually admitted the pregnancy line was the lie, but by then, the narrative had already spread. Jojo, once parading around as a queer pop icon, was suddenly living out a trad wife storyline complete with a boyfriend, pearls, and a supposed baby bump. For a generation that saw her waving rainbow flags on stage not long ago, the whiplash was too much. And Jojo hasn't helped herself. In interviews, she's admitted her career has been guided in ways she didn't always agree with. She even confessed that during one of her wild, bad girl performances, where she pretended to chug Fireball on stage, it wasn't alcohol at all. It was apple juice. Behind the chaos, she said, she broke down crying, asking herself why she was pretending to be someone she wasn't. "I'm a good girl," she told a podcast, explaining how fake that edgy persona felt. Then, to add more confusion, Jojo backtracked on her sexuality again. After once proudly declaring herself a lesbian and tying her entire brand to queer representation, she now says she prefers the label queer because it feels broader. Which is fine, sexuality is fluid. But when combined with her public cheating scandal on celebrity Big Brother UK and her immediate pivot to dating Chris Hughes, it left many fans feeling like they had been sold an identity that was just another phase of branding. So here she is now, sitting in the middle of one of the strangest pivots we've ever seen from a former child star. She's no longer the beau girl, she's no longer the edgy gay pop rebel, and her attempt at being an old Hollywood glam trad wife is being roasted as cosplay for likes. Instead of authenticity, every shift feels like a costume, a marketing ploy that lasts only until the next trend blows up on TikTok. And that's why people are angrier this time. They're not just laughing at her bad music or cringing at her over-the-top looks. They're exhausted. Jojo's constant reinventions feel less like growth and more like a desperate algorithm playing dress-up.